Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts. We are extremely excited for today's show. We have Jason Bitbender Brink joining us live for an interview. We're talking all things Gala. We're going to talk about the token upgrade. We're going to talk about new partnerships. We're going to talk. We're hopefully going to get some alpha from Jason. Also, Grit just launched. We're going to get his insight on that and how that's going. We're also going to talk a little Ethereum. But first, I'd like to introduce you to your other co-host, Robin.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we take all that old, boring, and stale crypto information that all the other channels give you, but we do it in a fun and sexy way. That's right. Now, if you are new here, I want to say welcome to the XRP community, because that thing is pumping. It's almost up 10% today.
Welcome to the XRP. You know, today we're talking about Gala, right?
I know we are talking about Gala, but I just want to give some love. Some XRP holders out there. It was up over 9% earlier today in all of like 20 minutes. And I was scouring the internet. I'm trying to figure out what was going on.
You know what else is up? You know what has been up is our internet. You know why our internet's been up? Because of our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Technology. You guys have been around our show. We've had network issues here at our business. And guess what? We hit up Cam's Blue Wire Tech. They helped us out. So if you like the fact that our show has been up, our network issues are gone, visit bluewiretech.com if you need it for your own business, or if you just like the fact that we're live, hit the like button. Let's go ahead and not waste any time. We have the man ready to join us, one of our favorite guests. We know it's one of Jimmy's favorite guests because he's a big Gala whale. We want to bring on Jason Brink, the Bitbender himself, president of blockchain at Gala Games. Rocco, let's go ahead and bring my friend on. Jason, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. How about you guys?
We're doing excellent, man. We're excited to have you. A lot of buzz around Gala. Grit just dropped, new token, a lot of things happening in the ecosystem. So we're excited to have you on. Thank you so much for joining us. The time you devote to going on all these different channels and podcasts to get the name of Gala out there, I think any person who's invested in the Gala ecosystem should feel very lucky that they have someone like you who's making these rounds and going out there and giving out the alpha and the news. So we appreciate you joining us, my friend. How have you been doing?
You know, you gave him such a good intro, and then me, it was just like Robin.
Because you're whatever,
like,
bro.
That was it, bro. Like I got Robin. That was it, man.
Here's Robin.
Robin needs no introduction. Robin needs no introduction.
Nah, stop it, Jason. Just stop it. He definitely needs an introduction. But hey, man, how have you been? I know you've probably been super busy.
Crazy. It's been crazy over here, man. Like in between being a new dad for the second time, which has been keeping me insanely busy, and all of this stuff. I don't even have time to breathe anymore. I haven't had time to play a video game that I haven't live streamed in forever. It's a lot, but things are going really, really, really well, and I think that the ecosystem is in an increasingly positive space, and I look forward very, very much to our growth ahead.
Yeah, we look forward to it as well. Congrats on the new baby, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know Rob's got 2. I got 3. Well, I got 4 because Rocco is kind of like a baby. I have to baby him a little bit. But anyways, all jokes aside, Jason, we only got you for a limited amount of time. Let's jump right into it. Grit.
Dive in. Let's do it. Let's talk about Grit. Sure.
Grit just came out.
I
Rob's
played it last night.
Rob, take it away.
Yeah, so I got into it last night. I don't really have. I should have, I think, in hindsight, I should have got some good gameplay. This is me more just showing off my big ass monitor, but the game was looking clean over here.
Impressive.
But so,
it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it reminds me kind of that sort of this interesting mix between like a funny spaghetti western, Red Dead Redemption, and like the Ballad of Buster Scruggs with PUBG thrown in somehow. I love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely an emerging market or a huge market that I haven't seen anybody break through on the blockchain side. And it makes sense because the whole business model with the free to play on the Call of Duty, the Fortnite, Apex, they are behemoths when it comes to generating revenue, but they don't charge for the game up front, and so it just makes sense. Why not monetize NFTs? Yep. I've purchased a handful of skins throughout my times playing video games on those said games, and as soon as the next upgrade comes out, or the sequel comes out, all those assets are gone forever. So here I can resell
Gotta go
them.
buy them again.
Yeah, exactly. So excited for that. How has the game gone as far as the launch? I was thoroughly impressed with the graphics and kind of the play style and the mechanics.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's a blast. In terms of the launch, it was a little bit more of a quiet launch as we sort of ramp things up slowly with it. But it's gone very well. Have good number of players, primarily focusing on the solo servers. Solo server matches fill up really quickly, and jump in there. And by the way, if anyone is in the game and they manage to kill me and they stream it or they post it to social media, I have swag I will send you, which is a lot of fun when I'm streaming, because then, I end up with like 5 people following me around trying to kill me as I'm streaming, because they can see it, because, it's about me dying. So it's kind of fun, but yeah, it's gone quite well. It's gone quite well.
Well, if you guys can kill me, and
I will pay you.
Yeah, we'll send you some Sin City swag too. So,
there you go.
Jason, we know you had the massive, and when I say massive, I truly mean it. When you have a large ecosystem like Gala Games does, and the token is so integrated in the ecosystem, to upgrade it and go to a V2 is a massive feat.
Oh my God, it was a nightmare.
I can see, yeah. So maybe talk us through that. How has it gone so far?
Sure.
Was it the right decision looking back? Because
yes.
I know sometimes people say, hey, upgrading. And so maybe speak on that a little bit.
Sure. So one really, really critical thing that people need to understand is that the upgrade was not a nice to have thing. The upgrade was something that was absolutely necessary for the next stage of growth in our ecosystem. And let me explain why. One of the major, most important parts of that upgrade is the way that the token handles burns. When the original contract was deployed, it was deployed in a way that did not correctly handle burns. So when you would burn a token, it wouldn't actually decrement that from the total supply. This would mean that over time, as you have bridges, because one of the key cornerstones that we've put in place with bridges is that all of our bridges in every direction are burning bridges, which means that there is no collateralized pool of tokens that somebody can come in and steal. Okay. It's always destroyed no matter which direction they go. And if the burn doesn't work correctly, then what you have is, as things bridge back and forth, that total supply creeps up. Once it reaches max supply, everything grinds to a halt. As we're getting ready to go with our full-on launch of our new L1, okay, publicly naming the name. I almost said it there. I gotta not do that.
Come on,
so
say
it's
it.
too much alpha. It's too much.
It's
too much.
Please.
It's too powerful. It's too powerful. If as we come up to that, if we don't have it so that it handles burns correctly, then nothing works. Literally nothing works. So the upgrade was absolutely mandatory for the health of the ecosystem, and it went almost flawlessly. There's a couple little hiccups, little things here and there. Binance Coinbase deciding not to support the V2 initially. A few different things like that caused some stress. But generally speaking, it went flawlessly. Everyone got their tokens that had it in a wallet that was on their own, and it went great. So it's done what it is supposed to do, and I am very happy to have it behind us now, and we never have to do it ever again. That's my favorite part.
And then I also, when I set up, because I never linked my accounts when I before playing the grit game yesterday, and my wallet that I linked was Coinbase, and that worked. So the Coinbase wallet plugged in. So
yeah, your Coinbase wallet definitely works.
Yeah, so I know there's been a lot of stigma on the Coinbase side, but yeah, it worked seamlessly. I linked my Coinbase wallet. All I did was just scan on my phone, hit approve, and we were good to go. I was out there getting them kills, man. I was kill leader in the game yesterday, man. I'll let you know. And then I jumped off of a tower and died. Just letting
that
you know,
happens.
man.
Sounds like some of you
jumping off of towers, generally speaking, bad for you.
Yeah.
Saying.
We need to hold Robin's
Nobody
hand.
killed me though. It was myself. I want everybody to know that I didn't
Okay,
die at anybody
there you
else's
go.
hands.
Robin, you get a cookie after the show. You know, Jason, I think it's also very important that you guys, gave ample time, because what we were talking about over the
We
last
did.
few weeks was upgrade is coming. To be on the safe side, move your Gala coins into a self-custody wallet, whether that's a MetaMask,
Yes.
whether that's a
Yes.
Trust wallet or your own. That way you can, not have to worry about any issue with these exchanges. And so, from all the feedback I've gotten from at least our community members, it went pretty good. No one had any issues. Of course, people are always going to find things to complain about, but for
Always
like
something, yeah.
people just don't understand how massive of a feat it is to literally upgrade an entire smart contract and a token when you have a giant ecosystem. It's not like a small meme coin or I mean, Gala Games is a massive ecosystem. And so big shout out to you guys and your team.
Well, and thank you. And actually, I'm watching YouTube here, and the poll that you guys just put up, the who's played a Gala game recently, right?
Yeah.
And it's I don't know if you guys are going to talk about the poll later, or if I'm just totally like jumping ahead here.
No, you're good.
But guys, we've got lots of games live, and they're freaking good. Jump in, go to gala.games and play something. We've got stuff on Epic, we've got stuff on Steam, we've got, really, really high quality AAA style games that are available for you to play. And, they're Web3, and some of them have earning built into them. It's definitely a thing that you guys should jump in and check out. So if you haven't played it lately and you clicked no there, jump in and try now. There's really cool stuff.
And
I'm very,
I'll say
very
that
pleased with where we're going.
Your library game kind of addresses a lot of different levels of gamers. So, I am more that hardcore gamer, so I kind of lean towards, the RPGs, the grit style battle royale. That's my kind of go-to. But Town Star is very approachable. You can kind of, just build a little, you're obviously a farm and town and all that. So
yeah. Well, also, we've got things like spider tanks, right? A little bit easier, casual, jump in. You don't have to have any NFTs. You can play with somebody else's. Really, really easy. We've got a bunch of mobile games that are on the road, coming forward right now. Champions Arena, which is mobile and insanely cool. Eternal Paradox, super, super
I'm
cool.
excited about this Mirandus right here as well.
Mirandus, we just finished a playtest on that, or I think it's still going on actually right now. Super cool. I love the art style. It's a very different art style. And then my personal favorite is Last Expedition, which is freaking crazy cool.
Will you tell me about that? I remember looking at it a while ago, and right now I'm drawing a blank. So if you're excited about it, what
Last Expedition is a first-person shooter. It's a PvP, PvE game where you basically drop onto a planet from a dropship, and you have to. It's an extraction game, so you have to go in and extract a core and get it back onto your dropship before it blasts off and whatnot. And you're fighting against other teams the entire time, and on top of that, the planet is trying to kill you, and the planet is really, really freaking dangerous. And you guys can see it on the screen right now. It's gorgeous. Wow. Very, very fun. Now, the guy that runs this team is a guy named Phil Wattenbarger, and he was if I recall, the director for both Halo Infinite and the last Call of Duty multiplayer components. Runs a studio called 5x5 out of Austin, Texas. Absolutely killer team. Very, very experienced, making amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. So I'm super excited about this game, and it's very fun to play.
I was going to ask you what your personal favorite game was, but I guess you just answered that question.
It's so hard too, and I know that I'm probably going to get myself in trouble with this, but I love games, and but there's certain types of games that are more, I'm sort of that action gamer or a strategy gamer. Those are my two go-tos. So, definitely very cool though.
Well, that's the thing of having a catalog of games. If you like a certain style of game, you can play that. It's not just, I just draw the comparison. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's certain play to earn projects out there that's just like one game. And if you don't like that game, well, sorry, you're SOL.
Yeah.
And you know what happens when that game falls out of favor? Because here's the thing:
trends, right?
everything's got a timeline. Yeah, I mean, even you mentioned Halo. I mean, and when I was in high school, that was the
game. Yeah.
And even something as big as that, as well known franchise as that, will fade over time. And we've seen Call of Duty come in and out of favor over the times. After Modern Warfare. It took a little
I still
break.
play Call of Duty.
Yeah, but it's back.
My son is a beast. He had like 42 kills in Nuketown the other day. Anyways,
there you go.
Jason, we've had a few people in here talk about making money, and you mentioned earning money in Web3. We had a couple people ask from our community, like, play to earn. Is that coming back? They've asked about Legacy. If you want to maybe expand on that a little bit.
Sure. Legacy, So there's a guy, if you go to our Discord, there's a guy named Cade. Talk to Cade. He can tell you all about Legacy and the developments that are going on there. In terms of play and to earn, and I do add and earn as opposed to earn, play and earn is definitely coming back for Townstar. I don't have the definite timeline on that, but I think it's coming quite soon. But yeah, and if you go play Spider Tanks right now, like Spider Tanks is fully play and earn right now. If you go in there and you are a good player, you can use either your own tank or you can borrow someone else's. Go in there and play, and you can definitely earn silk, and you can, take that and use it to upgrade tanks, and you can do whatever you want with it. So there's really, really a lot that's going on there. So check it out. It's live right now. There's opportunities to earn right now.
Amazing. Jason, you guys just entered a partnership with a Vegas company. It's a Vegas poker platform called PokerGo.
Yes,
I was excited. I saw Vegas and Gala. I was like, what are they doing? They coming to Vegas. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Why did you guys decide to go with that company? What are the long-term plans of this partnership?
Oh my God, there's so much. If I don't navigate this very, very carefully,
take your time.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. Okay, so PokerGo, as you guys know, is one of the. In fact, it is the largest broadcast organization in terms of card games and things like that. They do have a beautiful studio in Las Vegas. It is I think it's just outside the Aria, right? If I'm thinking about that correctly. I know I've been to the studio. I did a recording there at one point. Yeah. Super, super cool. Those are the guys that are behind the broadcast for World Series of Poker and all of that. So they're really the big sort of power in the industry there in that regard. And so for us, working on a project with them, creating a game with them, using Gala is something that I think everyone should be pretty excited about. For me, the way that I look at this is there's a significant potential to onboard lots and lots and lots of users to this app. Have it be something that people can jump in and play, and have it be a lot of fun. So Jason, I think for us.
You say like lots and lots of users. I want to just make a note that these aren't just like people that are already in Web3. These are people coming into Web3 for the first time.
Very, very deliberately people who are new to the space. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about our onboarding strategy right now when it comes to bringing users into Web3. I personally believe that what we're going to see in very short order is a collapse and consolidation between the definition of Web 2 and Web 3. Okay. When we talk about games, right? That's what it should be about. It should just be about games. And I think in pretty short order, you're going to have this consolidation between the two. So you're not going to have Web 2 and Web 3 games. You're going to have games. And you're going to have games where you own your stuff and games where you don't. And why would you play a game where you don't own your stuff when you could play a game where you do? And so that's sort of the way that we look at this. And so everything that we're focusing on doing, especially if you see us doing it with mobile, this is where you see Meow Match and Dragon Strike coming into play, as well as a future mobile version of Spider Tanks, which I probably shouldn't just flippantly announce like that, and things like that. All of this boils down to creating a pathway for people to enter the Web3 space while having it just feel normal to them. Mobile users are used to jumping through a couple little hoops on their way to getting, started in the game, and they're used to having a different experience than sort of the desktop gamers. Desktop gamers have a tendency to be a little bit sort of prima donnas sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a desktop gamer too, and I know that I bitch and moan about this sort of stuff too. But mobile gamers are like, hey, this is a fun game, and I can play it on my phone in a taxi, and that sort of is where the focus is. And so the lower we can make the barrier of entry for mobile users, the better. And that's where all of this is coming from, and that's where specifically some of this PokerGO stuff is coming from as well, because I don't know if you're aware of sort of the makeup of our company, right? Our CEO is Eric Schiermeyer. He's one of the co-founders of Zynga. And the guy who's running PokerGO right now is the guy who ran Zynga Poker back in the day. So
good relationships there.
They understand how to make a compelling game.
Yeah.
Is the
what I like about the poker, because I play online poker, and I don't trust, because there has been spotty record with with different companies having, what was it, God mode? Who
look at the guy who worked for FTX, right?
So for me, I don't want to game or play online poker with someone I'm not familiar with. And so having a a household name like Gala, I would feel more comfortable playing online poker there than I would some offshore company I've never really heard of. So
right,
Jason.
I'm super excited about it.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned the blending of Web 2 or a consolidation of Web 2, Web 3. Web 3, we know Web 3 is the future, right? See these large companies shifting to Web 3. In your opinion, what is the biggest roadblock to Web 3 adoption? Is it something to do with government regulatory? Is it just not practical enough? Like you mentioned, the barrier to entry is low. What would you say is the biggest roadblock? And
we want the barrier of entry to be low. The problem is right now the barrier of entry isn't. It's a remarkably hostile space. And this is one of the biggest challenges that, when we talked about the Gala upgrade, right? One of the biggest challenges that we ran into is that we have lots of people who are, fundamentally Web3 users trying to interact in a Web3 space, and just getting absolutely buried and harassed and attacked by scammers. One of the challenges of self-custody is you have to not do silly things with your keys and with your, secret phrase and things like that. It's just from a technological standpoint, it is very, very, very hostile towards normal everyday users. So this is one of the reasons that for us, we look at onboarding from the perspective of how do we onboard someone into what is fundamentally for them a Web 2 game, and let it remain a Web 2 game until they get to the point where they're willing and able to go through Web 3 onboarding flows, at which point in time what is a Web 2 game can convert to a Web 3 game and teach them some of the critical lessons that they need to understand about working within the Web 3 space. Just things that as simple as, if a random account messages you on Twitter, don't give them secret stuff. Right. Like that seems very basic, but people don't understand that because they get scared and they're concerned about, oh gosh, if I don't do this thing, this person's saying I'll miss out. And then they get that fear and then they do something silly and, it's hard to recover from. That I think is the biggest challenge is a onboarding friction combined with bad actors in the space. And all of us together, every single company in the blockchain and Web3 space needs to work together to address these two issues.
I agree. And, we put up a tweet yesterday of us said, announcing that you were going to be joining us. And there were two people going back and forth about Illuvium and Gala. And I love your response.
I saw that.
I loved your response. You're like, hey, man, like, why does it one against the other? And we talk about this all the time. I think we're too young of an industry to just cannibalize each other. And I feel like if a project is doing something to advance a space that even if they're your competitor, still is at its infancy. It needs to be built out. It's not practical.
Look no further than Bitcoin and Ethereum haters. They're always going back and forth.
Oh God, yeah.
People just getting their little clans, and there you go.
They do. I mean, when we look at Illuvium, right? Kieran's a fantastic guy, okay? And I don't want to say that we have all the answers, because we don't have all the answers, right? We're building all of this as best as we can, and we're learning as we go, because that's what innovation is about. And they're doing that too. That's exactly what they're doing. So they're building their own thing. They're innovating in somewhat different ways than we are, and that's great. It's fine. And the more innovation that happens, the better. And the more we work together on this, the better. And I think that's where we're going to see success in the blockchain gaming space in the long run is, when we don't snipe at each other and instead say, hey, what you're doing is really cool. Let's find a way to work together on this. And we've got a lot of that in flight right now with a variety of different companies. You want to talk about partnerships. We've got some absolutely staggering stuff that is coming here in the near future. I can't do names, but I think that people are going to be really happy. I can't. I'm sorry. I wish I could. But I think lawyers would get very angry at me. I have
we don't want them to do that. We like you.
We don't want to get you in trouble. But we want to work together with everybody in the space, because that's how we build something better.
Yeah, and as a token holder, honestly, the people or the companies or the leaders that are afraid of competition or are trying to put people down, that just, to me, that's insecurities. And so if I'm a token holder and I'm in the Gala ecosystem, I am happy that my team, right, the team that I have a part in the ecosystem and that I'm partnered with, or I just play the games or whatever the case may be, they welcome competition because they see, all right, they're moving our space forward, or maybe they did something and we can expand on that. So I think it says a lot about Gala Games and the leadership. And so,
and then I just want to ask the chat here, what are you most excited about when it comes to Gala? And don't be shy. If you're just here for the token, if you're here just for token speculation and price, I'd like to know. But if you're here for the games, what games are you excited about? What are you looking forward to? What are you most excited about when it comes to Gala? I'm just curious where the chat lines up. And also, do us a favor. If you haven't hit the like button, smash the like. We like Gala. We hope you like us.
Yeah, Jason, we did end that poll.
Subscribe too. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And we did end the poll. Have you played any Gala games lately? 76% no. 76% said no. 24% said yes.
Okay. Definitely need to get to play some games.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned mobile. I'm pretty sure that I would say 90% of people in this chat at least got one or two games downloaded on their cell phone. And so if you're expanding on mobile, maybe, so
get in there and take a look at Champions Arena. Okay. You want to play a kick-ass mobile game that is like incredibly polished. Check that out. Absolutely check it out. It is very, very polished. It is beautiful. You can download it, and download the APK directly, or you can use what's the Apple version of testing something. Test Flight, I think they call it. Get in there and play that. Incredibly smooth. I think that everyone will love it.
Awesome. Jason, we're going to let you go. We wanted to thank you so much for your time. We know you're a busy man. We appreciate you joining us on the show.
Can I throw in one additional thing really quick?
What you got?
Okay. So I keep getting pinged by the community, and this is something that I saw a couple people mention is this concept of the token burn, right? We did a big token burn when we finally switched over and did that, and we did the V2 rather. Wanted to address that really quick. Do you mind?
Yeah. No, please.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that I think that people don't understand is that prior to that token burn, Gala held about 50% of the total supply of the token because our distribution algorithm gives us a chunk of the token on a daily basis, as the same as it does to the node operators.
Mm.
Now, we decided at this point in time that what was best for the entire community was for that entire node ecosystem to be reinvigorated. So people were asking, when these burns go through, what does that do to the distribution? What that's going to do over the next few months is, as this, finishes going through and the development work finishes happening, the distribution for the founders nodes will increase to a certain extent. But the bigger thing for us is that I want everyone to understand that if you go and you look at Etherscan, you can see our address. It is labeled there. That is our main reserve address. You can see it. We do not have a gigantic pile of tokens that can be dumped at will into the market. It doesn't exist. And that burn completely removed all of that as an option. So what I want people to understand is that we are aligned very, very closely with our entire community and our node operators. And that's what that was about. So you're going to see some more of that stuff coming here in the near future.
That's awesome. And, when I read the story, for me, reading the headline, it said that it was earmarked for ecosystem development. So my first question was, instead of burning it, why didn't they invest it into the ecosystem? But I guess you kind of just clear that up. A lot of people are always worried about getting dumped on. And so maybe to the Gala team, that was more important. And
the way that we look at it, it's kind of, we have this phrase internally that we use. I think it either came from, I think it's a Mark Skaggs thing. No, actually it's a Chris Shooter thing. Chris Shooter runs our node ecosystem. He uses the phrase, eat our own dog food. Right. So if we're going to create something and we're going to build something that works, it needs to really work. Okay. Our nodes actually do work. They support IPFS. They actually do the things that they're supposed to do. So for us, if we're going to have this ecosystem that gives us a chunk of the rewards on a daily basis, we need to be able to build in such a way that makes us lean and makes us able to continue operating with that without depending on this massive bag that, we can just sell whenever we want to fund things. By removing that, it puts us into a situation where we definitely need to be aligned with the community in order to achieve this growth. And we can do that. And that's what this is all about.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for clarifying that up. I know that was something that I was wondering. I was planning on asking you, but just to be cognizant of your time, we only had 30 minutes with you. But I'm happy you brought that up. I know a lot of people have asked the same question. That was my initial thing, and so I think it's important to have.
I also got a question.
Okay.
Sure. And just to be clear,
it's going to be a stupid question. I already know.
It's not going to be stupid.
It's a stupid question, Jason.
I'm digging the hoodie, man. Hoodies are in fashion right now. And you know what? We talked about hoodies last time. You had that white one on. You had the white one on last time you visited us.
Hoodies are nice.
What does Sin City Crypto got to do to get a hoodie?
It's summertime, bro.
I want a hoodie, man.
Well, but it's so nice. Look at
Tell him he's got to pay for one.
Logos in there. It's so
he's
nice.
cheap. Tell him he's got to pay for one, Jason.
Send me your sizes. I'll get you hoodies.
All right.
So
we'll make Robin.
How many do we need? We'll get some made and sent out to you.
Jason, you're a good man. Well, at least we'll have Robin cover the shipping. At least that's the least he can do. Jason, thank you for your time, my friend. Congrats on the new baby. I know that's probably keeping you busy with everything going on. Try not to be too stressed, man. The Gala ecosystem needs you, and so we appreciate your time, and we look forward to having you on again.
Look forward to it, guys. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
All right.
Cool. There you have it. Gala Games.
What a good interview, man.
Go play games, yeah.
What a good
you get those
as well.
You get those people that join you and it's just like a free flowing, not scripted. That's those are the best ones, and that was one of those. So big shout out to Jason. Thank you so much. I want to share some. You know what, Robin? Actually, why don't we say hello?
We got a lot
of
new people here today. If you are new, say hello so we can drop an hola back at you. We have Board Type Crow, Crypto Cowboy, Brian H, Crazy on Vegas, Asus, Sarania, RPM, Justice, OCN, Abel M, Barbic, Burke, OCN, Shaq, Kenneth, Win, Must Alpha, WVW, Villas, Nazim, and Lesbia K. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Cup. And do us a favor, where the likes at? We got a less than 50% like ratio.
Actually, more
that must mean you only like one of your co-hosts, which is Big Rob. If you like David, the other co-host, show my man some support here. Throw him a likes up button. And also,
don't care if you like me.
That's all I got.
All right, we got some funnies to show you. We can't. We're Vegas, baby. We laugh, we have a good time, and we want to share that with you guys. And so this is a request by Rocco. Rocco, right? This is the one you wanted, right? This is Rocco. Just pull up my laptop.
Something. Okay, let's see what is it. Request by Rocco.
Very. Now
he's holding a baby too.
Oh yeah, women are superheroes. I am telling you. The multitasking, just a straight beast. And here comes a guy.
That's you, Dave.
That's me. That is me. And he's trying to, what it takes 3 men to do, 1 woman can do. And so if you're a lady in here, shout out to you. And shout out to all the crazy moms out there who juggle 50,000 things at once. And then we have this. So have you seen this too?
Yeah,
this was hilarious. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen this, Robin?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
2, 1, go. Okay, fingers in. Okay, seatbelt comes off. There we go. Loop in. Okay, now with my other hand, I'm gonna kick the seat back and I'm gonna open the seat. I'm gonna open the door.
Guys.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. I'm out, and I can escape freely. Okay.
Seems good. Seems good. Okay.
3 fingers. 2 fingers. Sit down.
So stupid.
Yeah, the lady forgot everything is electric now. Before we get copywritten. Okay. Oh man, that was good.
So stupid.
Okay, and then we have this.
This is breaking news.
This is breaking, yeah, definitely. A lot of things breaking here. I want you to listen, okay? I want you to watch the video. You're obviously going to know what's happening, but I want you to listen, okay?
The front of the store, shattering all that glass, and then you see several people jump out and go inside this store. And it's believed that the suspects were trying to take a Bitcoin ATM, but were not successful because here's the thing. Bitcoin is a digital currency, so there's no actual money inside of those machines. The truck.
How disappointed do you think they were, man? Man, we're about to go get some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in jail. Did you get the Bitcoin? Nah, man, it wasn't in there. They had already taken it out or something. Man. That's
I wonder
funny.
if they're like looking for a seed phrase or if they're actually looking for like the actual
No, they
coins.
thought the coins, 100% the coins, yeah.
No.
There's no question in my head. They thought there was actual coins in there. Now, Bitcoin all-time highs, guys, 70K, but it was only on Pulse Chain. Richard Hart tweeted this. Good news, Bitcoin, you hit a 70,000 new all-time high on Pulse Chain. Speaking of Bitcoin, Robin, take us through the markets. What is the price of Bitcoin? What is the price of everything else?
No, you got Bitcoin coming in at $27,772. Whoa, 777s. A lot of sevens.
767.
Just letting you know, here in Vegas, we watching. All right, so taking a look at the chart. We did have a little rally yesterday where we tested the $28,000 marker early this morning and bounced right off of that. It seems like Bitcoin's trying to break above and trying to make its way up to the 30K mark. You can see where we were about a week ago or 6 days ago. We were at 26,000, and there was a lot of talk about this 25.5 and will we hold 25,000? Well, seems like we are.
What happened at 30K, Rob?
30K's around the corner, man.
What happened,
It's
bro?
coming.
30K's around the corner. You know,
When?
the debt
You
ceiling.
said-
The debt ceiling has
It's
been
getting
fixed.
voted. It's getting voted on tomorrow. I don't think it's going to pass.
has been fixed. So
It has not.
I do think that, but interestingly enough, with the markets, we opened up the show, big push in XRP. I was trying to see if there was any corresponding news. I don't know if anything else has popped up in the last 20 minutes.
It's the biggest gainer of the day.
But yeah, man, big rally. Like, what is going on here? Does the markets know something that we don't? Because this morning at 8 a.m., we were under 50 cents. And in just the span of 20, 30 minutes.
Massive move, 3 cents.
Yeah. I mean, it went up. It went up 8%.
All jokes aside, percentage-wise.
Yeah, 8%. It was 24 hours ago. It was at 48 cents. And then when you take a look at the 1 month chart, it was at 42 cents.
We're at monthly highs?
Just 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, 42 cents. So big move this month on XRP. So if you are a fan of XRP, you're a fan of Ripple. Maybe you think there's something bubbling up here that hasn't hit the mainstream?
Up, my dude.
Do you think that there's anything? Perhaps there's some whales that got some inside information.
I don't think so,
I
bro.
doubt it. But at this point, I'm starting to think, man, does somebody know something I don't?
I don't know. I think it's speculation. Look, we've heard, it's in 2 to 6 months. And then Brad Garlinghouse comes out and said, in the next few weeks, right? He said it's in terms of weeks, not months, not years. So I think the speculation, it's growing. And on top of that, Ripple continues to be in the news, partnership after partnership. They were just on Times Square, the purchase of Medico, the adoption overseas. I think all that is just a storm brewing. Remember that tornado I told you over the mountains?
Yeah.
Look
at the top gainers here. This probably says something to where we're at right now in our market, is that the biggest gainers on the last 24 hours are all prominent top layer ones, right? Maybe you can exclude maybe a render token, but outside of that, XRP, Filecoin, Quant, Solana, and Graph, all top projects that had big rallies last bull market. Just a few weeks ago, this biggest gainers list was filled with meme coins and very speculative projects. And now you're seeing, I think we're going to shift in the markets. People are starting to identify, hey, Bitcoin's probably going to cross 30K. It's probably going to be on its way to 45. Who knows where it'll go in the next, throughout the end of the year. You got the halving coming around. Maybe people are just like, it's time. It's time for me to DCA and start making my positions into these top projects that I'm a fan of, that are going to be successful next bull market, that are on discount right now. Filecoin absolutely ripped last bull market.
I was just going to ask you about Filecoin, man.
Filecoin.
You think this is still a good investment?
$172 all-time high at $4 right now.
What about the SEC?
I don't care about the SEC. They can go SEC to themselves out of here. Now, also, I mean, you got Filecoin. I mean, Quant. Isn't as far off as
Quant
Filecoin.
Makes big moves,
but this is almost a 4x away from previous all-time
Quant's
highs.
going to get over $2,000 in the next bull market. Mark my words.
And then you got also Solana. I mean, this is.
I've been DCing into Solana.
As long as their ecosystem doesn't go down as far as, up, look, this is 10x away. So we just looked at Quant, and that was excuse me, 4x away from where it was an all-time highs. Solana's 10x away. I'm in. Okay, just say this. As long as they have uptime, they don't go down, Solana will get to its previous all-time highs next bull market, 10x away. And even if it does have downtime, it's proven that the community will stick it through. So worst case scenario, it has downtime. Well, it's actually not the worst case scenario, because it could be downtime, never get uptime. But more, realistically speaking, even if it has some outages, it should flip back on, and it's not going to lose all of its value.
Solana or Filecoin?
Honestly, I think Solana's a better play, man.
Okay.
I like Filecoin, But Solana's a solid 10x away from all-time highs. It still has.
Are you not worried though?
Ecosystem.
Hold on. But aren't you worried how much of that all-time high was due to the manipulation happening from Sam and company?
It doesn't matter. The money.
What if the real all-time high would have been $100?
The investors came in, and they took that money and built the ecosystem. That's what they did, and they
some of the numbers were fudged.
Sure,
that's what I'm saying.
Thriving NFT community. Yes, it's down from where it was.
I'm not.
But you can argue after Ethereum and now Bitcoin, the next runner up would be Solana. And then their DeFi is growing. Venture capital likes them. Hey, man. I'm me gusta.
I know I was a little harsh on Solana. And, at the time, with everything going on, I felt like it was validated. But as time goes on, I feel like, especially if you have a platform where you're sharing information with people, you should never be stuck in your own ego or your own pride to where if new information comes out, or things change to where your issues you had with the project are now alleviated, that you can all of a sudden change your opinion or change your stance. I think it's important to be versatile. I think it's important to be receptive to information and not be in an echo chamber of, I hate this project. I hate that project. No matter what they do, I'm going to hate on the project and talk bad about it. I don't think that's fair to the community. I don't think that's fair to yourself as a trader. I do want to bring up the XRP chart really quick. So this is looking really good on the 1 day. We're about to get a flip on the cloud here. So if the cloud, so we have 5 indicators here. 4 of them are flashing bullish. We just need the last one, which is going to be this cloud to flip green, okay? And it looks like it's about to. Really, really nice daily candle here. If we do get a retracement, expect a hard stop depending on when we retrace. If we retrace by June 5th, if we retrace by Monday, expect price to settle in at 47.8 cents. If it's after Monday, expect price to settle in around 49.7 cents. Okay, that is a top part of the cloud. Now it can drop below the cloud, but at the very, very worst case scenario, according to what I'm looking at probabilities, worst case scenario, short term 45.7, a little bit farther out, June 10th and out, you're looking at 43.8 cents. That would be the worst case scenario. And I am a buyer at all 4 of those levels. So with that being said, let's move on to some altcoin news. So this is interesting. Visa explores the potential of smart contracts for payments with Ethereum. Okay. So this is sourced from ZY Crypto in a blog titled Rethinking Digital Transactions with Account Abstraction earlier this week. The firm, referring to Visa, disclosed it is now exploring how gas fees can be redesigned using account abstraction on the Ethereum blockchain, enabling secure and automatic payments for self-custodial wallets. The firm also noted that it has successfully deployed 2 sets of Paymaster contracts on the Ethereum Gurley testnet, a move aimed at showcasing the potential for redesigning gas fees on the blockchain to improve user convenience. This is a quote from Visa. To transact on the Ethereum blockchain today, a user needs to acquire ETH to pay for gas fees. Similarly, to transact on Polygon, a user needs to acquire the native token Matic. Is there a solution that eliminates the need to accumulate a different range of native blockchain tokens solely for the purpose of gas? They went on to say account abstraction offers a solution by allowing users to bypass these costs if a third party, such as a fintech wallet provider, is willing to cover them, which would be them. In this case, the wallet provider of dApps can act as paymasters, covering gas fees for users and significantly reducing friction. And this is all made possible by the EIP 4337, the paymaster concept. And then we had this to kind of back this up. So this is from Crypto News. Ethereum transaction volume rivals Visa as blockchain transactions soar. Recent data from CoinGraph has shown that Ethereum processed over 3 trillion in or 3.01 trillion in transactions, as opposed to Visa, which processed 3.08. That is from the new data. And then you have last year, it was reported, Ethereum processed 4.5 times more transactions than Visa did in 2021. So Jason talked about Web 2 consolidating with Web 3. At the very least, they're going to merge or they're just going to jump ship. But what are your thoughts on what Visa's looking to do as far as the issues with gas on Ethereum? You think it's going to work? And what are your thoughts on this part?
Okay. Settlement makes sense on blockchain, right? Instead of using the old fiat rails, takes a while. We've all experienced, you swipe a credit card or a check card and then you look at your bank account and it says processing, right? And it says that for 2 or 3 days. That's the settlement. And so blockchain, obviously settlement way faster. Ethereum, how often are they doing blocks on Ethereum? I forget the number.
I want to say like 12, 8 to 12
minutes.
No, seconds.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Rocco, what you find out first?
Anyways,
Ethereum blockchain.
The settlement is fast, but what I took away from this is that they're talking about smart contracts. So I had never really put smart contracts and Visa transactions together, right? And it makes sense. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a dumb idea by any stretch of the imagination, but I just always assumed, hey, Visa just settles transactions and they're pretty damn slow at it. And if they're going to use blockchain, that just makes so much sense. Why not speed up the whole thing?
12 seconds.
So every 12 seconds. But what are they going to do with smart contracts? Think about it. Now you can have refunds in place. So let's say that you have, a purchase on Amazon. We've all seen what happens. You buy on Amazon, use your credit card. Now that refund process takes a long time to come back, right? You got to go through all that. Now just imagine if the smart contract says, hey, now this is all done automatically. So just imagine that you buy with Visa card, the transaction goes through the blockchain, settles instantly, and then let's just say, hey, I want to return this item. Instead of them saying like, hey, we'll refund you, you got the processing, we got to make sure we get it, make sure, we receive the item. As soon as the warehouse receives it, they scan it. As soon as they scan it, they reverse funds instantaneously per a smart contract. Yeah. Nobody has to, no middleman, nothing. And then if I'm a business owner, I mean, it would reduce fraud, right? Hey, you buy a product, we're going to add a smart contract to it. And in doing so, when you return the damn product and I scan it, and when I receive it, then, hey, you'll get your money back.
On top of that, you don't need a receipt anymore, right?
Yeah, and the receipt's all on the blockchain. And so you could just pull up, and it just makes a lot of sense. And I hadn't really put 2 and 2 together till we just started discussing this today. And we were going over these articles. I'm like, man, smart contracts. Smart contracts and payments make so much sense. Now, just think about like, hey, the same thing. Like, just say I'm buying a car. And I know that's a big purchase item, but let's just say, hey, when I receive the car and the deed to, or the title to the car, then I'll release the funds. And then let's just say, hey, I got it. I scan the car title. Boom. Now you get the money. Instead of, we've all bought drugs back in the day.
Bro,
the guy's all like, let me see the cash first. Be like, let me see the weed first. And then you're like, same time, man, I don't know you. It's smart contracts fixes that, right? Right? Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, among other things, if he fixes drug transactions. But I've said this, and I've done some research on this. Nike loses about close to $1 billion in revenue from counterfeit shoes. And so, and you can argue, yes, some people don't mind counterfeit shoes. They want the counterfeit. Instead of spending $1,000 on Jordans, I'll go spend $50. They kind of look the same. But imagine the people who get duped, who think they're buying real Nikes and are not. They're buying counterfeit. Well, guess what? With the addition of blockchain and bringing it into these smart contracts and being able to track it through the supply chain, it's like a Carfax for any item. I can just scan the code on the shoe, whether it's on the inside or whatever it is, and you can see exactly when it was made, where it was made, how long ago it was made, you can track it through its entire chain of the supply chain. And so how much money is that going to put into Nike's bottom line? I'm just saying, man, it makes sense. And the payment thing, like Rob said, I equate it to, the difference between a trust and a will, right? A will is straightforward, right? I die, this person gets this. But with a trust, you can have stipulations there like, okay, my entire $1 million life insurance policy goes into my trust. When my oldest son, Thomas, turns 18, release $10,000 for him, and he can only use it to start a business. Or when he turns 21 and he graduated college and he had a 4.0 GPA, then release this much money. So there's different things you can do, and it automatically does it itself. Same thing with smart contracts. It's such an upgrade to the system we have today. It's only a matter of time. There's no way businesses are going to look at blockchain and smart contract versus what we have now and not make the shift or the change or slowly start to move over to that side. So
is Big Rob in your trust or will? I'm just curious.
I do need to get life insurance on you though, for sure.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can get the money.
You know
That's
who else
what
we
it
need to get life insurance on is our channel sponsor, Cam's Blue Wire Tech, because if they were not here, we would still be having network issues. Guys, if you need help with your network, Cam's Blue Wire Tech, amazing team. You guys know these guys are great. They sponsor this channel. Today's show is brought to you by them. Visit BlueWireTech.com. Big shout out to Jason Bitbender from Gala Games. Guys, on your way out,
Big
make sure
shout out to also Why You Loud, gifted 5 membership.
That's right. I haven't seen Why You Loud in here. Remember he would just come in here and he would say gang. That's it.
He literally got his
Gang,
own
gang.
emoji. He was the first person. I think he's the only person that's got like their own dedicated emoji, right?
Forrest has.
No, I mean that's not like a creator. You know, they're part of team member or whatever.
Okay.
Community member.
Fair enough. Jimmy's
But
probably wondering why he hasn't got an emoji.
we like gang though. I mean, it's,
Gang, gang, hey the gang. Visit the merch store, guys, if you want some merchandise. InAndOutCrypto.com, you'll find not only Sin City crypto merch, but you'll find some of your favorite tokens, XRP, Cardano, Ethereum. What are some other ones on there, Rocco? I know you just put sandals on there, right?
I put some new
like that
button-down T-shirt.
I was
It's very
looking at
good.
that Bitcoin shirt when you walked in. That was pretty
Yeah,
dope.
there's some good stuff
That's
on there,
nice,
man.
yeah.
Some
Very
unique
cool.
stuff on there. There's some, if you have any lady friends or a lady spouse, they have some leggings, some sports bras.
Yeah, just
and my
put it
wife
in
has a few.
XRP activewear for ladies. Yeah, just a sport
Is
bra and a
that
legging.
why XRP is pumping?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
The bags are pumping, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. With that
Yeah.
being said, guys, Rocco,
What is it?
tornado time, baby. Guys, come back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're excited to be back. Enjoy the outro music. Compliments of our friend Cassius Couvé. Until tomorrow.
Sin City, crypto. Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I?